and rapper Papoose being in some sort of secret relationship while he's still married to Remy Ma. She put some stuff out on the internet. You get me?
It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So don't look at me and say, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home. That's not what happened.
Because that relationship was already over.
That was already over.
Okay.
So now that's their privacy and they didn't do that. But she's out with this guy parading around, whatever. So everybody knew that she was with this guy already. So it was a private situation and a private understanding of what was going on.
Papoose was a good man from what I seen. I wish I had a good man like Papoose. Remy Ma now want Papoose back. And he done moved in with his new girlfriend. Now she gotta play the game that she picked. That man waited for her like she was in jail.
In recent times, really not ready for this world. She's sad. It's natural. She don't have. Probably not like talking about fans. Sometimes people meet and get hands put on stuff. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorite
events. I am wondering, what would it take? How much money would it take for you to jump in the ring with Remy Ma? Just what? Yeah. Really? She makes your number. What? Your actual telephone? Oh my God.
So at this point, it does. It don't have nothing to do with whatever else. It's just that part of it. That part there is where it's like, you business want me to take money.
Right.
Why would you do this? You know, you should have came to me like, sure.
Hello, Barbara, this is Shirley. And you don't even know about you don't even know about Hello, Barbara, this is Shirley.
It's one of the more things like,
Interview 0 o'clock 224, just when we thought things couldn't get much hotter or more dramatic. Kirk Frost decided to jump in right after Remy and shock the entertainment scene by posting on social media about Papa's alleged romance with champion Claressa Shields. I promise you that he had receipts, and he didn't intend to hide anything from you with the fervor of a big brother attempting to keep you safe. Kirk Frost hurried to the scene as the young Kirk was just getting started, defended Papoose, and praised his elegance and dignity. Remy was for those of you who want a comprehensive. He even went so far as to call Remy toxic in front of her because of her hip-hop, exposing that she was actually out here seeming to be sympathetic while playing games and hanging out with other rappers behind the scenes. Fiasco. Let me take you back to the start of it all last year. Papoose's public humiliation was all the mastermind's responsibility. Despite the fact that the entertainment industry was surprised to learn that Remy Ma and Papa's ostensibly perfect marriage had failed. Remy was allegedly hanging out with underground battle rappers, get this T, and Eazy The Block Captain a few weeks after the device was utilized. His disgust and disdain for everything shocked everyone, and the scan was just the beginning. Remy had been living his life with a new wife and child just days before. Remy lost it and chose to wreck everything when Papoose finally decided to come out. Insiders revealed even more startling details a few months later. Rony had a polyamorous relationship with a non-reporter, unfavorable news writer. She claimed that Papoose was complicit in the event and posted purported pictures and receipts on social media, including on July 4th. Papoose handled the matter with respect and dignity. Despite the fact that his name was dragged through the gutter, the man, a good man, remained silent and focused on his life. Having an affair with Claressa Shields, the boxing champion. Sharing intimate remarks from Papo and Claressa's private conversations isn't going above and beyond. The comments revealed everything, even the supposedly abrasive phone call Papo had with Claressa while she was still residing in her house. When this female boxer and world champion likewise displayed this hue, everyone was taken aback. Remy Ma decided to approach someone who quickly hung up after hearing my voice. "Time, sweetheart." The impact of the file was more profound than anyone could have imagined, and they truly battled to make a livelihood. The girl who usually makes others wince merely by glancing at her is Remy Ma. She is as enthusiastic as a W-Boss whister after returning with her championship trophy. Clarissa Shields gave Remy a perfect clap in return. Clarissa's debate swiftly moved from Instagram to Twitter, where her comments created a commotion and made everyone grab popcorn. Everyone was left wondering how a woman with 2 partners could be dissatisfied with a man who was only warming up when she was knocked out by an SK fighter. She only had 1 girlfriend, and social media was in utter chaos prior to her asking the question. "I think it's ridiculous that a 45-year-old lady would act like this. Text amazingly so. Crazy behavior, take action. I'm not someone you can bully because you're angry and bitter and making yourself look bad," she said in response to Remy for filth after losing her temper on social media. "Lou Media ND look stupid." In retaliation for losing the battle, CKS corrects her shade. "Revenge? Let me simply say that you're not developing into a fine wine. Honey, since you're 29 and I'm not 45 yet. With your partner's flowers, include a request. She has a romantic partner." To quote Clara, "He didn't even answer his phone this time since he was utilizing his side piece. Everyone's back and forth triggered their notifications after a moment of stillness."
The movie, and then you have the coverage of, you know, who you're dating, your personal life, beef with rappers and all.
I don't even know what you're talking about. And I have to be honest, like, social media is not a real place. People do crazy stuff all the time, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And I guess with it, you know, you having all these followers, and then stardom comes like hate and all this different type of stuff. But only thing I've noticed is that people are very intimidated by natural black women.
So you're saying it's not true?
Is what true?
Is all the whole Remy and Pap situation, none of it was true?
I don't have nothing to do with that. I have been open in all my relationships that I've had. Mm-hmm. All of them.
This has made a story because the, you know, Pap.
I don't even know nothing about that.
But I'm just saying that's why it's being made a story, is because
I am 29. So what? How can I know about any of that? Let's just be honest. So this is what I'm saying. When I'm ready to announce who I'm with, I will do that. But till then, everything else is just speculation. And the internet, once again, is not a real.
Big Brother commended Papoose for remaining calm and dignified in the face of Remy's alleged friendships and behind-the-scenes activities with other rappers. Kirk was starting this drama, though, and he wasn't just playing around. However, just when we thought the fire couldn't grow much hotter, Kirk Frost made the decision to dive right into it. Let me tell you, he had receipts, and he had no intention of hiding anything. For those of you who have read a detailed account of this burning catastrophe, let me begin from the beginning. Last year, the entertainment industry was horrified to learn that Remy and Papoose' seemingly perfect marriage had failed. But it was only the start of this complex dramatization, honey. A few weeks after the blast, suspicions circulated that Remy was responsible for Peepo's public humiliation, despite her efforts to portray herself as the innocent victim. Don't worry, that controversy was only the beginning. This dude was reportedly skulking about with Get This Tea and an underground battle rapper called Eazy The Block Captain. And he was in the same social circles as Papoose. A few months later, sources said that Remy was supposedly in a full-on pill-popping relationship with another rapper. Bad news, which sparked yet another angry response.
Yeah.
The man.
When Papoose decided to go out and live his life with a new woman, Remy went crazy and vowed to wreck everything. As if it were July 4th, she claimed Papoose had been having an affair and shared alleged photos and papers on social media a few days before. As the guy handled the situation with politeness, Grace, like a good gentleman, remained silent and focused on his future, avoiding insults and spilling any tea. Papoose recently went all out after having an affair with boxing champion Claressa Shields, revealing their private conversations with Shields as well as their own rude remarks. But trust me, sweetheart, she wasn't kidding. They were all astonished when Claressa, who was still living under her roof, showed contempt when Remy informed them about Papoose supposedly falling asleep during a phone call. She said this girl is supposed to be a world champion boxer, baby, and hung up since everyone knew Remy Ma. After hearing my voice, this honey got into a fight with someone who genuinely fights for a living. The explosiveness of the filthy consequences was beyond anyone's comprehension. She has always been the girl that makes others uneasy simply by looking at her because of her early boss attitude. When Claressa Shields returned all of her title belts with the precision of a professional fighter's knockout punch, it caused a sensation on social media. Claressa was just warming up, but everyone wanted to know how a woman like her did it. As she swiftly moved her few-free Instagram posts to Twitter, her obscene comments made everyone grab their popcorn. The clowning behavior of this 45-year-old woman is ridiculous. It might irritate people with 2 boyfriends when a man only has one. Stop making fake remarks on social media to make yourself appear ridiculous. You are not the type of person you can threaten because you are angry and resentful. Remy fell in love with filth after seeing our social media postings, adding, "I'm not 45 yet, but you still hit on me. I begged your spouse to buy you gifts and flowers over the phone, but he didn't answer." Answer after a month of silence. Everyone's alarms suddenly went off this week as he was working on his side project. You're not aging my fine line, honey, to put it plainly.
This pedestal and held him in high regards and have a lot of respect for it.
The song that best describes our relationship is on Whoopin'.
I've moved on. I've filed for divorce many times, and I had to label Rema a narcissist due to her persistent adultery. She wants to dominate Chase on social media instead of acting like an adult. When Papoose decided enough was enough, he broke his quiet in the most spectacular way possible.
Baby, that's crazy. And then you're gonna get a man that looks just like you? Little head and big hat? Like, I don't get it.
And allow me to clarify. Even though it's all very ironic, the drama train keeps on. Kirk Frog was exactly right when he said that the situation's double standards are more evident than a fire alarm. Why is everyone ignoring Remy just because she's a woman? If Theo were to entice her out here and carry out half of the offenses Remy has accused her of on social media, he would be asking for his head on a platter. When Little Scrappy expresses his opinions about this, he does not spare KN. As you might expect,
Knew a few months before our battle hit me and holler. They knew already. I know he up there trying to play victim and all of that shit, but the nigga knew. He knew 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. He don't let me catch up. He knew. He did know. And I'm gonna tell you how he knew. So how he knew is that y'all think that's so thorough, he put a recording device in Remy's car. So how he knew is he was bugging her f***ing car. So that's how the nigga knew that he's a weirdo. He bugged the car, and you couldn't really hear me on the other side, but you could hear her talking to me. So that's how he knew. And it's not cap. I got all the proof. So as soon as he say it's cap, I'm gonna show you all the proof. I was chicken $1 here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, like that. So I'm gonna say I was under everything that basically niggas that already split up already. Like my
Fortunate that Papoose and Remy's friendship already deteriorated. But let's face it, Remy is mostly too responsible for this state of affairs since. Even though Papoose handled everything on social media with delicacy and composure, it is now clear that this divorce has to be formalized as soon as possible. Remy's erratic behavior and disclosure of his situation resulted from his refusal to acknowledge that he was content with someone else. Clarissa Shields understood that commitment from both partners is necessary for a marriage to be successful. Fans of Beyond aren't holding back when it comes to expressing their thoughts about atonement, because this problem is so obvious. Some critics claim that Remy is bitter and won't let Papoose leave since she made fun of him in public. Now that it's all out, who can really blame him? His attempt to move on with someone else was a mistake. Frost scolded Remy for trying to play the innocent when she was suspected of having an affair with that battle rapper. Despite having a world champion, the company is suffering greatly as a result of how this entire situation has played out. It is common for someone to find it intolerable to see their ex-partner pursuing more ambitious goals. Remy's behavior serves as an excellent example of how some ex-partners act when they see their spouse develop and learn new abilities. Joy argues that the media's charge of adultery against her was unfair because Remy was allegedly engaging in a similar manner. One instance of the pot calling the kettle black is this: "Look, everything is okay." The truth is louder than any headline, and hurt sentiments take center stage. This scenario shows how toxic connections may arise during Pride Evo, even when these receipts are self-evident. Remy's decision to disclose personal concerns on social media instead of privately has turned what should have been a private matter into a full-fledged entertainment extravaganza, with fans and other celebrities taking center stage. Just how much their one-sided partnership has degenerated. It's evolving into it's becoming increasingly clear that letting go might sometimes be the finest thing you can do for your mental and physical well-being. While Papoose seems to be trying to move on with his life as the drama unfolds, Remy's actions suggest that she is still clinging on. Her behavior is a prime illustration of how relationships may break down. And the public's reaction to her actions shows how times have changed in terms of handling situations that are clearly out of control. We are here to reveal every little detail because, given the current circumstances, we're keeping a close eye on what may turn out to be the biggest celebrity drama of the year. Drama in relationships seems to be far from over. That's the hot tea for today. Get alerts for every transaction going forward.